guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another video as part of my drugstore series, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see more drugstore videos. I've been having so much fun doing these drugstore videos for you guys, and also like it's so nice that you guys have been enjoying them and finding them helpful, because honestly that's like the whole point of my YouTube channel and like me making videos is to help you guys. So I am so happy that you guys have been liking the drugstore series that I've been doing. So yeah, today I'm gonna be getting into basically like my all-time favorite ride or die primers from the drugstore, and also some that just did not work out for me for one reason or another. And I'm gonna be kind of touching upon all skin types, if that makes sense, because I really want this video to be helpful for everybody. So, you know, I've got some stuff for oily skin, for dry skin, for combo skin. I got you know what I mean? So if you want to see this video, then just keep watching and join the Rockstar fan band. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my all-time favorite primer from the drugstore, and honestly, of all time in general, like whether we're talking about drugstore or high-end, this primer is bomb.com. So this is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. This primer, I'm telling you guys, has like changed my life because it is so light infusing, I guess. Like, it just makes your skin so radiant, so glowy. I'm wearing it today, and I feel like it does really help my foundation just lay so smoothly over the skin. So when you apply it, it does come out like super white, which I know is like a little scary. For me it was, at least, but when you rub it in, it just gives you the most beautiful little radiance. Like, do you see that? It is gorgeous, and any foundation that I put on top of it just looks so good. I love the finish that it gives my foundations, and I do feel like it has like a pretty good staying power. You know, obviously one of the main points of a primer is to make your makeup look better and last longer throughout the day, and I feel like this just hits all the bullet points for me. I always said like I never had a ride or die drugstore primer until this, and like once I had this in my life, I pretty much have not put it down. It has been amazing. So highly recommend. This is my #1 favorite primer. I have oily skin, by the way, and I love this even though it is like a glowy kind of primer. I really love it. I don't think it makes me look oily at all or greasy. It just makes me look lit from within, because it's lit, fam. Okay, so I do have some more goodness. Oh, I almost forgot to say that, like I said, I have oily skin. That's where I was going with this, but I think this would be beautiful on dry skin. I've recommended it to friends and family who have dry skin, and it looks absolutely amazing because it is like, it does have like a pretty lightweight moisturizing, you know, texture to it, or formula I should say. So it doesn't really patch up anywhere. A lot of like pore minimizing primers may do that for dry skin, but this one, I think that it really will work for any skin type, whether you'll... Whoa, I'm getting so excited. Like, whenever I talk about good makeup that I genuinely love, I get so excited. If you're new to my channel, welcome. That is a good little introduction to who Roxette Arisa is, because I get so excited, I get tongue-tied. But yeah, I feel like it's just good for oily skin, it's good for dry skin, it's good for combo skin, it's good for normal skin. This is the primer that I honestly would recommend to anybody and everybody, especially if you like to glow. Okay, now we're ready to move on. So my next and then I drop everything I'm holding. But my next little product that I want to talk about is actually this primer line from Maybelline. So these are the Maybelline Master Primes by Face Studio, and the thing that I like about this is that there's kind of something for everybody, you know what I mean? So I have 2 of them, but there's actually a couple more different versions of these primers from Maybelline. So this one is the Blur and Redness Control, and this is the Blur and Smooth, and I'm not sure what the other types of these primers are, but I can say that these 2 are really solid primers. So what I love about the collection as a whole, or why I wanted to mention the entire collection rather than just one, is that I feel like they can hit any specific problems that you're trying to correct, you know what I mean? If you have oily, acne prone, pore, like big pore, not big pore, oh my god, what am I even saying? If you have like oily, acne prone skin that has, you know, some texture, or if you have bigger pores that you want to cover, this is definitely one that I would recommend. I've used this when I've had bad skin days and when my skin is really acting up, and it is just amazing because it is green. when you apply, like it just has like a slight green tinge. It's not really like bright green or anything, but it does have a slight green tinge to it, and I feel like it combats the redness really well. It blends in really smoothly, like you can see. It's pretty lightweight, honestly, and it does seem to kind of just like blur over any imperfections or texture in the skin. So I think this would be awesome if you have more oily skin types. This one I would recommend for like normal skin. This is the Blur and Smooth. So this is more so like a white formula. It's very lightweight. Again, I think that the whole line is honestly pretty lightweight and like good formulas overall, but this one I would really recommend for normal skin if you're just looking for a basic primer that is just going to get the job done and do it well. You know what I mean? Like I feel like this primer is going to make your makeup last all day long. It's going to make your face look smooth as a baby's butt, and it really does do the job. You know, I've used both of these primers tons and tons of times, and these two, I would say I grabbed this one more so, the Blur and Smooth one, and then I used this one when I had more acne prone days, but these two were definitely like my top drugstore primer before I found this, and still to this day very smooth, I meant to say solid, very solid primers. And definitely if you're having if you have really oily skin, go for this, because it is not going to give you that dewy finish if you don't want that, you know what I mean? Okay, so my last, oh no, I have two more top favorites that I love. This one is like, I feel like it's super underrated. I've never heard anybody talk about it, never heard anybody, I mean, even mention it or use it or anything, but it is from Hard Candy, and this is called the Sheer Envy Pore Defense Primer Serum. Now, this is a really interesting pore filling primer. Highly recommend for oily skin because it is oil. Oh my god, today I cannot talk, but highly recommend for oily skin because it is oil-free, silicone-free, and alcohol-free. So it's not going to combat the natural oils on your face at all. It's really going to work with your skin type, which I think is so important when using, you know, when choosing, I should say, primers and foundations. So this guy, like I was saying, it's a very unique primer. It literally comes out blue, which I know is like the craziest thing I've ever heard of, but when you rub it in, obviously it becomes transparent, and it almost has like a little bit of a tacky feel to it, which really helps with oily skin types to help adhere the makeup to your face. That's like, I'm telling you, this primer is going to be your best friend if you have super duper oily skin, or if you just want a very matte finish, if you want your pores to be pretty much like flawless or invisible, I should say. I don't know if pores can be flawless, but you know, your pores won't really be that visible with this. That's like the #1 thing that I've noticed when using this primer particularly, is that my pores look like, my skin looks like a doll's face. It's crazy, but this does a really good job at filling in the pores. And like I was saying, it has like a very tacky texture to it, so it just makes your foundation adhere to the skin so much better. So when you know that you're gonna be out all day or something, this is definitely a great primer to go with. And you guys thought I forgot about this one, but this is the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. I feel like a couple of years ago, like everybody and anybody was using this and talking about it, and I tried it out at that time, and I honestly say the hype was legit because it genuinely is a very good primer. I would recommend this for like, I would say any skin type really, because it's pretty moisturizing, but it does really like fill in those pores. So this one does have that tacky feeling as well. You're gonna get very good staying power, and it just kind of rubs in. Oh, it smells so good. I forgot how good it smells. It smells like a little, oh, I don't even know, like a man, like a men's cologne, but it's really nice. But yeah, this primer really does make your skin look flawless, especially if you're going for a full coverage foundation. This primer, I guess you would call it, is actually really bomb. Again, I would recommend this for pretty much any skin type. So to kind of like go over the ones that I've already mentioned, this could be literally anybody and everybody will use, like will love this if they use this, especially if you do want that dewy finish, which girl, I hope my rock stars want that dewy finish out there. Girl or boy. Boys out there, please get that dewy finish on fleek, because I think it's just like, I don't know, I love it. You guys know that. That's my preferred finish, so this is definitely Rockstar approved right here. So good for any skin type. These I would definitely recommend, well these particular ones, oily skin and normal skin, but if you have dry skin, I'm pretty sure they have one that's called like Blur and Hydrate or something along those lines, maybe like Blur and Dew or something, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they have another version for dry skin. I just don't have it because I don't have dry skin. And then this one, definitely oily skin, recommend with all my heart. It's a very, very solid primer with, you know, that pore filling effect. It just makes your makeup last all day. And this one's sort of same thing, but I would recommend this for pretty much any skin type because it's a little bit more moisturizing. So those are the best drugstore primers. Now let's get into some that like didn't really work out for me. The first one is also from L'Oreal, which is so crazy because my top all-time favorite primer in the universe is from L'Oreal. But this one just like genuinely did not work out for me for some reason. So I thought it was going to be pretty similar to like the Tarte, you know, the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer sort of thing, which I love, honestly. But I don't know what it was. It just like applied so strangely on me. Like, do you see how it kind of like bunches up here and like doesn't really sink into the skin? That's kind of what I was getting the whole time I tried this. I tried it probably 10 times because I really, really, really wanted to love it. But yeah, it just like sits really strange on my skin for some reason. And I don't know if that's just me, because I have heard other people say that it's alright for them, but like genuinely, I don't know what it is. Like maybe it's just, you know, not for me. But like, do you see even after it's like kind of like, I've rubbed it in, I've tried to make it sink in, it still sits on top of the skin. So for me, this one just did not work out because of the texture of it, and I feel like my foundation started to look super, super, super cakey on top of this primer. That's one thing you really want to look out for primers. I feel like it's really important to choose lightweight primers if you don't want your makeup looking cakey, which honestly, who does? But yeah, lightweight primers are definitely the way to go in my opinion, and this one is just too heavy, too cakey, doesn't blend in nicely for me, and therefore it didn't really make my foundation look as good as I wanted it to, you know? This one too, like, I don't know, I really did try to like this primer because it's very affordable, but at the end of the day, like, there's just something about it that didn't work out for me. So this is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I actually had really high hopes for this guy. So this guy comes out like more like a lotion, so it actually does have a nicer texture to me than the L'Oreal one does. But when I blend it in, for some reason, this guy, oh, I forgot how weird it smells. This one smells so strange to me. Oh. But anyways, past that, past the smell, when I blend this in, it like gets, I wouldn't even say tacky, it's like creamy tacky, but in like a weird way for me. It was really difficult for me to work with, and when I blended my foundation on top of this, I almost felt the primer like separating under the foundation. I don't know if that makes sense because it's really strange. I've never actually experienced that with any other primer, but I legit, like, you know, applied it to my face, then I started applying foundation, and I could feel the primer underneath like moving around, which I'm telling you guys, like, that was a strange occurrence. Like, I've literally never had that with any other primer, so I was kind of shocked. So I tried it, you know, a couple more times after that, and same thing. For some reason, this primer does not really adhere to my skin well, and like I said before, I do have oily skin, so maybe it's because of that, but this is supposed to be like a poreless face primer, which poreless face primers are usually meant for oily skin types. So I don't recommend this to you guys, even though, you know, it's pretty affordable. It's, you know, I don't know exactly how much it was, but probably like $3 or $4. Even that, like, I don't think it's worth that money because it just is, I don't know, it just didn't work out for me. So those are all of my primers, or I guess my top and least favorite primers. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know if you guys want to see any other of these videos, like best and worst blah 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 from the drugstore, you know, like best and worst mascara from the drugstore, best and worst something else from the drugstore. Whatever you guys want to see, comment it down below, and I do have a giveaway for you guys as always, so Please ignore my phone. I don't know. I am popular right now. Honestly, whenever I try to film, like all of a sudden I become the most popular person in the universe, and that's just how life is. But I do have a giveaway with one of my favorite primers in the entire universe. So this is the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I love this primer so much because it smells amazing. It really does make my makeup last and look very refreshed throughout the day, and it just makes foundation look flawless. So definitely wanted to give you guys a chance to win this, and all you have to do is make sure you are subscribed to my channel and saved it. And our giveaway question of the day today is what is your favorite style of music? Like, do you like rap? Do you like hip hop? Do you like pop? Do you like country? What's your favorite style of music? Comment down below and you could be entered to win, and that is going to be it for this video. So remember, you are beautiful inside and out. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.